All right, so Solo Leveling, episode 11. Let's get into it. I was able to watch this today, and I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. Once again, the main character doesn't really care about his life. And once again, we see him put himself in a very tricky, sticky situation. Now, in episode 10, he had this I'd say prize, all right, but it's not really a prize if you are if there is a hint of you possibly losing your life. But he has this new quest that basically will enable him to change jobs or roles. What does that even mean? So I don't know. So this is something that the system presented to him. Your next quest is going to be able to let you change your job role, and I was assuming that that's probably going to be a quest that's going to be really hard, and he's going to be able to upgrade massively. But I'm not quite sure what changing jobs or roles is, unless it has to do with ranks. Anyways, he decided to go for this quest, and just the beginning of the quest just gave me no vibes. Absolutely no. It is enough for me, because why would entering a dungeon need so much lighting? Why what is this purple light? What is this? And the fact that he's excited about, I wonder what's gonna what is waiting for me. That is waiting for you, death. Okay, so he gets into the dungeon, and he's surprised because he says that the dungeon looks different. Yes, it does, because you are about to possibly lose your life. He keeps bumbling, and then the system shows him that he won't be able to use certain treats or some of his abilities. So he's not allowed to leave the dungeon or the challenge until the task is finished. Like, what in the suicide game is this all about? What he's gonna have to leave if he dies. I mean, anyways, he keeps going, and so the first opponent that appears is an armored creature. I mean, what in the PTSD is this? If I'm surprised that he didn't have PTSD, because I had PTSD from episode 2, from when they had the dungeon in the dungeon. And by the way, this gives vibes of Dungeons in the Dungeons throughout the show. So he has these armored creatures come at him, and he's fighting them. I'm really, really proud of him. Surprised that he's not having PTSD, but again, he's actually matured and changed a lot, and he's lost a lot of his emotional abilities. So I'm not too surprised about the fact that he didn't connect 1+1. He manages to defeat these monsters, but then he has to face the main monster, the boss monster. And kudos to the boss monster, because the monster, the red armored monster, challenger or whatever, he looked absolutely stunning. Honey, he was stunning. And it also seemed like he had some kind of intelligence, isn't it? Because when our main character here was trying to battle him, and then at some point he decided to, because he was not succeeding, he decided to try with his fists. Like, what do you think? Who do you think you are? Again, who do you think you are? But you see the armored guy being chivalrous, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna not use my weapons as well. It's because it's okay. I just want to take a minute to appreciate this opponent. He's red. Passion red. Okay, he's just beautiful. And do we want to talk about his skills? He is absolutely dangerous. He is dangerous. We see our main character being flown right and left and up and down. He's trying to hit this creature with no success. And for a minute, I honestly thought that that's it for us. That is the end. He is going to be destroyed, and he's not going to make it. Okay. because let's be honest, we know that if he loses this quest, he's not going to die. He's going to be punished probably, because is this what the system does to him, because the system, rewards him if he wins, and I'm assuming that he's going to be punished if he doesn't finish or attain the target that the system gave him. So I wasn't worried about that. So I knew that was a possibility, and it's just how he would get there that was a bit worrying to me. At one point, I actually thought he was gonna die, because we started seeing his sister and his mother. Why are they showing us his mother if he wasn't going to die? So I was like, that's it, he's done for. We are flashbacking, or we are seeing his other life, the people that he's gonna leave behind. And I think that he knew that he done effed up. He knew that he could lose it all. He knew, and he said it a few times. Like, this is the face. This is the face that when he's like, oh goodness me, I'm not gonna make it. Well, surprise, 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 surprise. He doesn't die. But I think the reason why he actually manages to leave is not because of his strength, because he almost gave up at some point, is because he knew that he had a lot to lose. He had a lot of people that he needed to go back to. That's always what makes the difference, isn't it? When you're fighting in this kind of anime, when, life can be lost, is what is your motivation. We see that family, that strength comes from the family and from the people that he needs to go back to. He cannot afford to lose. And he manages to, kill our red armored monster, Opus, by using his knife. And he goes Super Saiyan. Why does this anime reminds me so much about Dragon Ball? Because what was that? That literally reminded me of Goku when he was going to be or transforming into Super Saiyan, But I really liked that scene. Really, really, really fantastic scene. So he manages to defeat the monster. It wasn't an easy task, but he gets rewarded. The system gives him an armor like 6 that is like S ranking, and he also receives this egg kind of shaped crystal that enables him to teleport himself. And he's like, why did I receive this? And I was like, And also I was like, okay, he's supposed to be gone and see a door somewhere, for him to go back to reality. This stone doesn't make me feel comfortable. In fact, I was right, because as soon as we had the stone come into the picture, the system told him, try to survive as long as you can. And I was like, and he was like, huh? Basically, from nowhere, we see a bunch of lower level armored monsters or creatures coming out from thousands or tons of portals opening on air. Like there's portals opening on air like this, okay, randomly. And from in these portals, a lot of monsters come out, armored monsters, and they start fighting him. They start fighting him, and there is like a clock that comes up as well, and I guess the system is tracking how long he's going to be able to survive. But yet again, I wasn't so uncomfortable, because I knew he had this stone thing that if he used, he could be transported outside of the dungeon. Yes, until he lost it. And yes, he lost it, and he was there for 5 minutes. And it wasn't the fact that the creatures were like too strong, it was the number of them, and he just couldn't handle it. And that moment he pulled out the stone to use it. What happened? What did you think happened? A silly monster comes out from his shoulder and kicks it away, and I saw him pale, and I paled, and that's as far as the episode went. And I hated for that, because why would you that is the most inappropriate time to stop in an episode. but also I understand because you're going to get me back. Absolutely, you're going to get me back next week. But yeah, so this is how it finishes. It finishes with our protagonist being trapped in the dungeon. The stone that was supposed to help him exit the dungeon gets kicked away, and he's lost a lot of life, and he's very fatigued. So he's not as bright or as strong as he would have been if he hasn't been fighting for I don't know how long. All right, so what do you think? If you watch this, I really need to know what you think about this episode, because it's absolutely probably one of my favorite episodes of the whole show. And I keep saying this, but like, this show is really, really good. I am not kidding you. But also, am I the only one that keeps getting like references to Dragon Ball? Because why? And yes, what do you think of this episode? Are you enjoying the series? I am really I'm really enjoying it. Yes, so share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment down below, share your opinion, and I wish you nothing. Bye.